So on page 81 in the yellow box at the top, it says, in a sentence, the linking verb must agree with the subject of the sentence. The most common linking verbs are forms of the verb be. The be forms tell what the subject is or was. So let's look at the correct example. I am a guard on my basketball team. See how I am is talking about what they are now, and they said I am. That's a form of the word be, okay? Look at the incorrect. I is a guard on the basketball team. Most of the time we can tell if it's correct or incorrect by the way it sounds, right? I is doesn't sound right. Okay? My friend is a forward on the team. My friend are a forward on the team. So my friend is, we're talking about one friend, right? So we need the singular form, so that would be is. When we say my friend are, if we said my friends are, that sounds fine, right? Because it's a plural form. But we are looking at friend, not friends, so we need is. Does that make sense? Again, most of the time you'll be able to say it and hear that one of them does not sound correct. Okay? Bless you. The chart shows how present tense and past tense verbs agree with singular and plural nouns. Singular or simple subject. So we have simple subject, present tense, and past tense. If it's a singular subject pronoun, such as he, she, it, the present tense would be is. The past tense would be was. Okay? Does that make sense? So if you're using he, she, it, if you're talking about now, the present tense, that will be is. If you are talking about what happened in the past, what's already happened, that is was. Okay? If you're using plural subjects such as we, they, you, if you're talking about what they do now, it's are. If it's what they had done, it's were. Okay? Do you all see that? You'll be able to use this chart on your home or your assignment, your individual work, when we get started in a little bit. But this is a good thing to remember. Again, you can usually tell by the way it sounds, but it's good to know these things. So let's look at I. I is by itself, right? Because it's singular, but it's a little different, right? We're not gonna, if we use he, we use is, right? So if we're talking first person, I, first person, then if it's what we are doing now, it's am. If it's what we did, it's was. I was, or I am. Okay? Does that make sense? Bobbleheads? Good. All right, underline the simple subject once. Underline the correct linking verb twice. Okay? They was or were tired after running laps around the gym. First off, what is my simple subject? Keegan? What is my subject? My subject, the person or thing doing the action. They, good. Is they singular or plural? Everyone? Plural, because they means there's more than one person, right? So you need to underline they one time. Now, which correct linking verb should we use? Was or were, Mary? Were. We need to underline were twice. Make sure you do both parts of those instructions. Make sure you underline they once, were twice, because then you'll lose points if you are not following all of the instructions. Number 2, the coach is or are my friend's uncle. First off, what is my simple subject? Bella? Coach. Underline coach. You're not underlining the coach. You are just underlining coach. Because the coach is the complete subject. Coach is my simple subject. It's the person or thing doing the action. Which is my correct linking verb? Lincoln. Which is my correct linking verb? Is it is or are? Look at number 2. The coach is my friend's uncle, or the coach are my friend's uncle? Is. Good. It is a singular subject, So it is going to be using is. Number 3, my team's colors is or are red and white. Sarah, what is my subject? Do you know? Colors, good. It's not team's colors. We're just talking about the colors, okay? So underline colors once. And what is my correct linking verb, Grace?
I think it is are.
Are, good. My team's colors are red and white. Number 4, I am or I is a devoted Bears fan. Joseph, what is my subject? I. Now this is our one that was a little different. So which one is it, Ben? Is it am or is? Am. I am a devoted Bears fan. Good. So underline am twice. Number 5, Karen and Ann be or are cheerleaders for the Tigers. Keegan, what is my subject?
Karen and Ann.
Good. You need to underline Karen once and Ann once. Okay, you don't need to underline the word and, but you need to underline Karen and you need to underline Ann. Which linking verb, Charisma? Are. Good. Even though each of them are one person, we're talking about two people, which makes it plural, right? So we need to use are. Fill in the circle next to the correct sentence, or the sentence in which the linking verbs agree with the subject. Number 6, my favorite Bible character are Daniel. My favorite Bible character is Daniel. Sui, is it my first sentence or my second sentence? It's correct. Good, the second. So you need to fill in that second bubble. Number 7, the lions were hungry, or the lions is hungry. Sarah, which is it?
The lions were hungry.
Were hungry, good. So fill in that top bubble. The lions were hungry. All right. Number 8, Daniel was brave, or Daniel were brave. Keegan?
Daniel was brave.
Good, Daniel was brave. And number 9, God were faithful, or God is faithful. Lillian?
God is faithful.
Perfect, God is faithful. When you do that, look at the back. On the top, we're doing the same thing we were just doing on the front, where you underline the subject once and underline the correct linking verb twice. Make sure you do both parts or you're going to miss a point for each of those questions. Okay, don't work ahead yet. Make sure you're listening to all the instructions. Then on the second part, it says to write the correct form of the linking verb in each sentence. Use the tense indicated in parentheses. So the news blank good for the Eagles team. And if we're talking about past tense, which one should we use? Look at the front if you need to. Bella?
The news was.
Was. Good. The news was good for the Eagles team. Okay. Then, so you're going to use your chart on the front if you need to for help. Lillian, please follow along, hon. Then, for the next part, it says, circle the 3 incorrect linking verbs in the paragraph. Write the correct forms of each verb in the blanks. So you need to do 2 things here. You need to circle the wrong ones in the paragraph, and then you need to write them correctly on the side. Okay? Then, you guys can do the apply and write. So put a star next to apply and write so you know to do it. So it says write 2 sentences using am and are correctly in the linking verb. So if you're using am, one of the sentences needs to say I, right? That's the only time we really use am. I am. And if you're using are, you're using we, they, or you. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay, so you're just writing 2 sentences. You don't need 2 for am and 2 for are. You just need 1 for am, 1 for are. Okay? Underline the word am in the directions. Do that now, please. Underline the word am in the directions and underline the word are in the directions. That way you remember to do both. All right.